First off, right, Johnny, thanks very much for coming on East Village Radio.
It's a pleasure, Mike.
Thank you very much indeed. So, and secondly, congratulations on the nomination for the Mercury Prize.
Well, thanks a lot. Yeah, it is quite big news, that. A bit of a shocker.
It's not that a great shock, because it's a great album.
Well, thanks, mate. I don't know about how the politics of how the music industry works or anything, but sometimes, I've thought, I wonder if we ever get nominated for a Mercury or something like that. I don't think we were ever in the game at all of it, but this one seems to have been accepted quite by across the board, really, in the UK more so than usual.
Well, maybe it's come up on the rails because a lot of the other albums that are on there, like the XX, Foals, Mumford & Sons, those albums have been around for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw the Foals at Latitude last year, or was it the year before? But I thought they were absolutely excellent. I think that, I think their records, it's the most cutting edge of everything that's in there.
Well, I think that album that they've done, it just doesn't sound as young as the one before that. It seems to have kind of settled down a little bit, and a bit more kind of the way that they're kind of playing around with actual sound and stuff. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about you. So, before I Am Kloot, then. Yeah. You were in a few bands before, weren't you?
Well, I was in a band called Ignition when I was about 16. But after that, no, I was playing, always playing solo and supporting all kinds of different bands like the Lars and
also, Johnny Brown.
Yeah, well, I became Johnny Dangerously after a gig with a band called the Faith Brothers at the Marquee in London, where I walked on, tripped over the monitor lead and went right off the end of the stage, broke the neck on the guitar. Everyone pushed me back on. Got back on the stage, the whole room's cheering, guitar's broken, it's completely buggered, and that was the end of the gig. And just waved, and it went down a storm. And the guy in the wings just said, dangerous. So I took this name on. It was a kind of ironic joke, I think. It wasn't meant to kind of stick. It was whilst I was working out, I had it kind of whilst I was working out, I was doing what I was doing. And then 3 years later, I was still kind of gigging as that. Right. Put an LP out called You Mean the Alarm Clock. Which has been listed, the Guardian newspaper listed it as in their 10 classic LPs that no one's ever heard.
The people that you work with, obviously the Guy Garvey, Craig Potter production collaboration that you've got together here. Now, it's something that I've always thought, years ago, there wasn't that interpollination between bands. I always felt as though bands kept themselves to themselves.
Yeah.
Now there seems to be a lot more of a kind of open expressionism between artists. Do you think that? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, and it's. I wouldn't say that that's something that we would do, not musically. I think the Guy and Craig's role is as record producers on this, not as kind of a band. I'm maybe like you were with the Smiths. I'm of an idea the band is the band, and it's a world, and you don't really mess with that. But obviously, you have to have somebody who's a producer, and Guy produced our first record. And also we've known him for about 15 years. And he's an ideal choice because over the years he and Craig have worked with all kinds of people and their production skills are great now. And obviously they're friends, and they've been to more Iron Clip gigs than anyone over the years. And so they really know what is Klootish. And how much we can stretch that and it still work, and at the same time it'd be new ground for us. So they've got a good take on that, and I know what you mean. Yeah, there is a kind of a lot of the collaboration between bands. I'm not a big fan of that.
Right. Well, thanks for your brutal honesty. Now, talking of brutal honesty, The Brink, got to be the best name for a bar.
To the Brink.
Where do you fancy going? To the Brink.
Yeah.
That's got to be a bar named.
Well, there should be.
There should be.
Really, there should be. It was. I was thinking of the Temple of Convenience and Big Hands in Manchester.
Yeah.
Night and Day also. But yeah, I did think. Well, yeah, I want to go to this. So it's a drinking song, kind. Well, not a drinking song. It's a song about taking things to the brink. And yeah, it occurred to me. Yeah, well, do you want to go to the brink? As in, do you want to go to the edge, or do you want to go to the brink? As in, let's go to the brink, the bar. And the two things being the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the bar and take it to the brink.